Man kills his crush's boyfriend in front of her. I'm not gonna lie, I just saw this shit. And I was like, yeah, this the one. Yo. Oh, oh. Yeah, I took a shower earlier, bro. Come on, man. I gotta chill, bro. Don't handle like this, nigga. Fuck. I don't think my headset on. Hold on.
Lust made him pull the trigger on his crush's boyfriend. This man's lust made him pull the trigger on his crush's boyfriend.
I'll admit she's pretty. Yes, it would be nice having sex with her, but I never thought. I mean, I thought about it, yes, but.
Now, I can already see why she didn't like this nigga. And I'm pretty sure you can see it too. You can probably even hear it. Maybe smell it. But I don't know. But you can all see, right? I just want to make sure we all agree on this before we continue into this downward spiral of his sanity, as you can see by the title.
I wasn't gonna ask her.
Oh, that's a weird question to say.
Yeah, why would you ask? Dude, come on, bro. I feel like, I don't know how this shit gonna end up. I don't know. These first 14 seconds are very intriguing. I just say that. And I'm like, I can already see, like, in my head how this is planned out. Like, oh, this nigga knew he never had a chance. I don't think she probably even never had interest in this nigga. Because look, this nigga, he's obviously fucking bonkers, right?
Want to go back and have sex, but
yeah. I don't know what's going on.
I did thought about wanting to have sex with her. Yes,
sure.
You did.
22-year-old Josh was third wheeling with Hannah and her date, 27-year-old Neil.
You know what I did think about? I did think about nothing.
After the trio hopped bars the entire night, Josh even tagged along with the couple to Hannah's house, where a fun night took a freakish turn.
Where's the gun?
Please help.
In my room. Come on, Neil.
Please help.
I'm inside.
Neil? Is the ambulance on their way?
They are.
I literally thought the gun was a flashlight because he was using it as a flashlight. We were looking for a cat and I saw that I was using a flashlight.
1911 to 19.
Now, if you walked into a house now, if I walked into a house as an officer and this nigga come up saying that shit, or if you, whoever, you know what I'm saying, whoever watched it, would you believe this? Would you believe that shit? Me personally, I would not. Nigga, I just walked in. I didn't even ask you what the fuck happened yet, bro. And you just rambling on about, oh, you thought it was a flash. Nigga, you knew that shit wasn't a flashlight. There's no way you can mistake a gun as a flashlight. I don't think there is. So, nigga, that shit is obviously intentional.
1922, bring your red bag in.
I literally thought it was a flashlight because he was...
Come over here.
Yes, sir. I hope I can.
Just one? Right
yes, there? One shot. I literally thought it was a flashlight, sir. Because he was using it as a flashlight.
It's a trigger, dude. It's a trigger. You have to...
Yeah, you do have to know better than that, like she's saying. But damn, you can see that shit. They blur it, but you can see that shit.
Flashlight.
That's bad. That's like right in his heart. Damn, man. That's sad, bro. RP to this nigga.
It's a trigger, dude. It's a trigger. You have to...
Stay over there. Stay over there.
Yes, sir.
1911 CPR.
Oh my god. Is he still breathing? Is he still breathing?
That's why I can't be fucking with niggas be. Don't point your shit at me, bro.
I did not mean to.
I don't care. It was so stupid of you. Why would you ever grab a gun? It's not a toy.
Man, I might.
Oh my god.
CPR apparatus.
No, this nigga knew it was a gun. This nigga knew it was a gun. Oh, can I see the flashlight? He's like, oh yeah, sure. So what are we looking at? Boom. I'm just saying.
Gun is on the couch there. Shooter's right there.
I thought it was a flashlight at first because he was using it as a flashlight. I did not know that Neil concealed a weapon. So I was unaware.
Josh seemed exceptionally composed as he tried to blame his victim for getting shot. Meanwhile, Neil, who was shot in his chest, was declared dead on arrival.
Get a confirmed DOA. I'll talk to the female as well.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do it.
I'm so sorry, Dana.
I'm so sorry.
Can you do me a favor and get her started on a statement?
Yep.
Thank you.
I swear to God, I did not know it was a concealed weapon. I did not know he
Damn, bro, you just scarred that girl, man.
concealed a loaded weapon or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna read you your rights, though. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get you secured first, and I'll read you the.
That's her boyfriend, damn. We don't even know how long they've been out. What if it was like years? Like, that's crazy, bro.
The rights.
Yeah, we got a shooting with a death. He said it was accidental, but he's in custody right now. We have one witness and one DOA in an apartment.
I didn't even see it happen. I never saw him pick up the gun or anything because I had just turned away.
So you didn't physically see him like punch out, you know, with our gun we punch out, like
Yeah, no, I never saw him grab the
gun
gun or point the gun. I just heard it and I was like, I didn't really understand what it was. I just felt the ringing in my ear.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like something like ricocheted.
How close would you say?
I was so close. Like, we were all so close. My kitchen is small. It's a small apartment.
Damn. I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
And we were all in that small little kitchen. And I was already turned away, like starting to walk the other direction. And then Neil started following behind me. And then he just fell down and then there was blood
so
everywhere.
You heard the bang, you turn around, and what do you see?
So at first I was still going the other direction and Neil was still behind me. He was behind me. And it wasn't for like a minute later until I was like back in the kitchen where I saw all the blood everywhere and then Neil like fell to the ground.
I never went into the apartment, but did he get shot in the front or the back?
I don't know. He said the chest, but I don't know if it went through the front or the back, but I'm assuming the front.
Josh and Neil had engaged in some playful sparring where the latter had landed some better blows. Could it be that the shooting was not just an accident, but a deliberate act born out of jealousy?
I just don't understand if like he was mad that once they did the boxing, even though he wanted to start it. I know that Neil has a harder hit, but I saw it and it looked pretty even. Like Neil went light on him, but I'm wondering if that made him mad. But it didn't seem like that because everything was fine afterwards. It would all happen in like a 5-minute time span.
Oh, so they box. They stop.
And then I messed around with Neil. I was like, okay, do
You should have beat that nigga out, man.
me now. Neil like playfully hit me in the stomach, like super light.
Yeah.
And I was like, harder. And then I turned around after that and we were like
Damn, the fact that you can joke around after this shit is crazy.
going to start walking to the living room. And that's when it happened.
You should probably coping and shit. I still feel bad for her though. That's sad. Your boyfriend killed in front of you by some weirdo ass nigga.
And so I'm like, I don't really understand how he could think a gun is just a flashlight of the blood. Like,
Was Josh,
right?
His name, right, Josh?
I don't know. I asked him when I was on the phone with the police and he said it's Josh.
Oh.
I know him, but I just don't know him that well.
Kind of.
Like, we've met at the bar like a couple of times.
Okay.
And he just asked if he could come over to my house so he could sober up for an hour.
Now, that's what the fuck I said. It's nice to know that my prediction was correct. But she barely knew the nigga. she probably never showed this nigga any sign that nothing. Like shit like this is so dumb. That's why you don't let no stranger in your fucking house. I'm like, I don't know, man. But she was with her boyfriend, so she probably like felt safer. It is like crazy, bro. He probably got some messed up crackhead. Look, like this nigga be fucked up, man.
And then he was gonna go home, and I said,
Did he
yeah, sure,
drive
that's
here?
fine. No, Neil gave him a ride because he doesn't drive. He walks, and he just didn't want to walk home. He said he's going on like a day or 2 days without sleeping, so he's like, I'm just like drunk, I'm like low on sleep, like I just
Where were you guys?
Drunk, no sleep, probably doped up. The wrong nigga let in your house, bro.
sober up for an hour down at Creekside.
So you and Neil are there together.
Yeah, he came and picked me up probably at around 11 or 11:30, and then we went down together. He was already there. He came and got me. We went down, and then we're all hanging out there, and eventually Josh started hanging out with us, and then that's when he asked me to come back here, and I said, yeah, that's fine. Like, Neil can probably give you a ride.
Go down. So he wasn't even with them at first. He came up at the end when they were about to leave. Bro, these niggas are weird, man. You could ask nobody else. The one person you don't even know like that, you asked her because you liked her, nigga.
Home later.
A telephonic testimony given by one of the witnesses who saw the trio together at the bar sheds more light on their relationship dynamics and the probable intentions.
So I don't know any of them particularly well.
Okay.
But I wait on them, I'd say.
So you normally see they're what you would call maybe irregulars?
Yeah.
Okay, and do they usually come in together or do they usually hang out together?
Josh never hangs out really with anybody. This past weekend is the first time I think I've ever seen him hanging out with anyone.
Have you ever
Bro, this nigga just a creep. I wants to kill you. Normally he's not hanging with anybody. Like, what do you mean? No one? So he mad just start hanging around them? Start lollygagging, boxing and stuff. Bro think he gonna impress his crush. Oh, I'm a beat her boyfriend ass when we box. Meanwhile, nigga, you ain't never even fought before. Or you have like no idea of how to fight. Probably got embarrassed. You probably felt embarrassed. Like, damn, I can't do shit to impress this girl. You know what? I'm gonna kill her fucking boyfriend. Okay, can I get you a flat? Telling y'all, bro.
seen him hanging out with Hannah before in particular?
No. No.
Okay.
He is very quiet. He pretty much, he only ever has one cider. I think one time I've seen him drink 2 ciders, but that's it.
Uh-huh.
And he sits at the bar, and he's very quiet, and he doesn't talk to anybody. This past weekend, he did go hang out with Hannah. She is, like, very gregarious, or, like,
outgoing?
appears that way. Yeah, she's very outgoing, and I think that she was trying to be very friendly to him.
Why did you decide to go to her place versus just getting a ride home?
Well, like, I wanted to spend maybe a little bit more time hanging out with her because I don't hang out with her as much.
Got it. Okay. So you just wanted to spend more time with her?
Spend more time, and then in case if I got a little more tired, I would crash at her place.
Okay.
he had met Neil there, and I think they do have like a previous relationship.
You mean Neil and Hannah?
Neil and Hannah, yeah.
Okay.
But I definitely get the impression that like they probably had sex before and are friends.
Okay, and have you ever heard Josh express any kind of feelings about anybody in the bar or Hannah at all?
Yeah, he stares a lot, but it seems not like creepy, more like very observational.
Well, you told me before that you'd want to express your feelings for her.
I did, but I didn't want to, say that. Oh, I want to date you.
Okay, Josh. What about Hannah? You said she's very outgoing, very gregarious. Would you maybe describe her as flirty?
She's very flirty.
Okay.
And she honestly, the night that happened, she and Neil had definitely been all over each other. And then at the very end of the night, I noticed her, like, she had invited Josh to play pool, and she was like, started dancing with him, and I can see
dancing with Josh or dancing with Neil?
Dancing with Josh.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, shit. I'm trying to dance with the nigga. Okay. This nigga was in a daze, bro. But every single fantasy coming to light as he did. Hey, bro, you getting groovy. That still don't mean good boyfriend. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, oh, that's kind of...
So pretty, like, when you say dancing all over Josh, she was, like, pretty much, like
yeah, like
body to body kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nobody seemed upset. Like, Neil didn't look mad.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, they all left together. Everybody was smiling.
Okay. Did you see Hannah, like, making out with Josh at all, or just dancing?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
It wouldn't have surprised me.
Okay.
And I wasn't, I had a lot going on trying to get people to get out.
No, I totally understand. I was just asking if you had observed that. Yeah.
It seems like Josh saw Neil as an obstacle between him and Hannah, and shooting Neil seemed like the only way to get her.
You said that you guys were talking about experience fighting, but how did this conversation come up?
It just came out of the blue, just something that slipped out, I mean, knowing that I've gotten into a couple of fist fights in the past, I'd say he did better than me.
Sure, because it hurt, right?
It didn't hurt.
Or no, you said it didn't hurt, it knocked the wind out of you.
It knocked me back, and I was kind of...
Sorry, bro.
Experience fighting, but how did this...
It seems like Josh saw Neil as an obstacle between him and Hannah, and shooting Neil seemed like the only way to get her.
You said that you guys were talking about experience fighting, but how did this conversation come up?
It just came out of the blue, just something that slipped out, I mean, knowing that I've gotten into a couple of fist fights in the past, I'd say he did better than me.
Sure, because it hurt, right?
It didn't hurt.
Or no, you said it didn't hurt, it knocked the wind out of you.
It knocked me back, and I was kind of breathing a little hard.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
So pretty much, he got his ass beat. Like I said, he got embarrassed in front of his crush.
He kind of put his hand on my shoulder, said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little winded out."
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So after pacing for a bit, I looked down at the counter and then saw the gun. I was also curious on how the flashlight part of the gun worked, and so I wanted to just flash him with it, kind of because
so let's not go backwards from the progress we made last time. Okay, we've already established that was not the goal, to flash him with the flashlight, right? Your goal is to pull the trigger and fire around. Okay, we talked about this last time, so let's not move backwards. We've already got that statement. Okay, I know that you picked up the gun with the intent of firing a bullet. Okay, it wasn't to flash him with the flashlight. We know that part was the lie, and I understand why you would do that. It makes sense to me, right? Self-preservation stuff. I get it, but let's not work backwards, okay?
I don't know what was really going through my head at the time. I just picked it up and aimed it and fired it, not knowing what was gonna happen, because like I said, I was tired. I wasn't really thinking clearly. I was up for 30 plus hours.
Okay. But there were other things going through your head too at the time.
But you still picked up the gun. and shot it. You still made the decision. A conscious decision. You just said it. You wasn't thinking clearly. Well, you obviously know you wasn't thinking clearly. So why would you pick up a gun and shoot it? I'm just saying. Hey, maybe I'm wrong.
Because you had just gotten punched again by this guy who's
Hey, if you ain't
sleeping with a
hey,
girl.
if you wanted to do that, just say you wanted to do it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm jealous. You know what I'm saying? This ain't beat my ass, find her, bro. I wasn't fucking with it. At least be honest about it, bro. Like, come on, man.
Girl that you want to be sleeping with, if we're being honest, right?
No, I actually didn't want to be sleeping with her. I was just mainly friends with her. Yeah, I had a crush on her, but I just was strictly wanting to be just friends with her.
Officers also recovered several sex toys from his possession, including...
Yeah, I do. Like, yeah, I do like her. I do have a crush on her. But I just wanted to be friends. Does that make sense? I don't know if maybe to me that don't really make sense. Maybe it does. I don't know.
ball gags and dildos.
So we have your bag.
I would have thought so.
So tell me about the other stuff that's in there that you don't want to talk about.
I don't know if I had a dildo in there or anything else like.
Why would you have a dude? Why'd you have it though? Why'd you have a dildo in your bag? At a bar. It's either you thought you was about to use it or you're into some really weird things, Josh. Hey, to each their own. I'm not here to judge. I'm not Jesus.
I don't know what of a sex toy I had in there.
What do you use your sex toys for? I mean, for sex, obviously, but like, I mean, what are the circumstances?
Just if we were wanting to get a little, friskier.
I'm sorry, I just like that shit right, like this shit right here. It's just like I'm like, dude, you asked to chill for like an hour because you were fucking drunk. So like, what makes you think I'm gonna believe that shit, bro? Like you're trying to play with me right now, and I don't fuck with that shit, bro. Like, what she really should do is punch this nigga in his mouth. I'm like, nigga, like it was like as soon as he said that shit, like, you just said you said you want to chill for an hour because you was drunk, and she said, and the lady on the phone said that her boyfriend probably gave you a ride home later. These niggas tripping. Niggas talk about getting frisky or kinky. You fucking goofball, bro. This nigga is the definition of a cornball.
Kinky or whatever.
Okay, so maybe you're a little hopeful that you get to play with those with Hannah?
No. I never.
Dude, you just said you wanted to, though. Bro, why you just said in case y'all wanted to get kinky or frisky, but you never wanted. Who said you want her boyfriend, bro? I said to each their own. Like, that's what you want to do. I ain't know an ass whooping really get your rocks off like that, man. Hey, bro.
Wanted to have sex with Hannah. I never had the thought process of having sex with her.
So explain that to me, because that one, I mean, we've all been attracted to people, and usually, like, if you're attracted to somebody, you want to have the physical experience.
I've thought about it, but I didn't actually want to do that.
Like, come on, bro. Just be real and just say what you say. Come on, bro. Just say it, bro. Because you know, bro. You know what the shit was for, bro.
Because I've seen.
Yeah, you still didn't call for a lawyer yet. You don't even have to be speaking to these niggas right now. You literally don't have to speak to these niggas right now. You could have.
Her.
And she already didn't really see you. You're the one who you're giving damn near give yourself up. You literally do not have to speak to these niggas right now. Like you literally don't. You seriously don't have to speak to them.
Flirting with other guys, and I'm like,
I would still get charged.
having sex with her would be nice, but she is flirting with other dudes, so it probably wouldn't be worth it. I mean, she's pretty. I'll admit she's pretty.
Yeah.
And cute.
We'll talk about her like that's his high school crush.
But I mean, yes, it would be nice.
Like this nigga he sounds in denial. Like, you can hear the denial in his voice.
Having sex with her, but I never thought twice about wanting to actually, go back to her place and having sexual acts. Like, I mean, I thought about it, yes, but I wasn't gonna ask her.
That's a weird question to say you want to go back and have sex, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But I didn't, like, yes, I did thought about wanting to have sex with her, yes.
sure.
You did thought about it, huh? Yeah.
Right, and kind of like we talked
You
about.
did thought
before,
about killing her,
you got
killing her
back on
boyfriend
one
too,
thing,
huh?
another,
You
you
jealous,
wouldn't tell
huh?
her no, right? Yeah, that's whatever toys are in the bag. Why do you typically? I mean, I know you said okay, in case there's a hookup. Like, how often do you end up in a situation where you need a sex toy from your bag?
I just have it in there just in case if I was gonna use it during my hookups. But after the last few that I've had, I haven't really used it.
Why is that?
Just never really had the thought of using it.
Josh was charged with assault, reckless endangerment, unlawful discharge of a firearm, and negligent manslaughter. His bail was set at $250,000. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen.
How long did he get? And 250K is kind of light if we being real. That's bad. I thought you were going to flashlight. Great, maybe you think your prison cell is a five-star hotel. Stop reading other. See, I swear to God, you got shot with a long gun. Yeah, this shit is literally just dumb. But anybody gonna say the time? Yeah, I don't understand how this is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, some of these some of them speaking facts. Like, that's what I'm saying. A flashlight, nigga. You serious, bro? Like, you're a fucking creep, bro. Like, this nigga weird as hell, bro. Alright, man. Alright. Have a good one.